Hello and welcome to the DirectConnect Solutions tutorial on using the dashboard. Today we're going to focus specifically on the proofing process. There are other videos in this segment that'll teach you some of the other portions of the portal, but today we're strictly going to be looking at the proofing process. I'm going to assume two things during this tutorial. First, we're going to assume that you've already received your user login, your username, and you've already authenticated that and chosen a password. And the second thing we're going to assume is that you've received a notification of some sort that you have a proof waiting for you in the dashboard. So under that assumption, to get to the dashboard, you're simply going to visit dashboard.directconnectsolutions.com. You don't have to worry about this user and login portion back here. Both of those addresses will resolve to the same place, and you can see here it automatically adds that. So I'm going to enter my username in quickly. I've saved my password to the browser so I don't have to remember it all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and log in. Now, don't get excited when you see my login compared to yours. It's going to look different for each person because we all have very specific user privileges based on what our roles are. So don't worry about that. If you're missing something, or you think that you should have something that you're seeing on my screen, if you simply contact your customer service representative, they'll make sure that you have what you need in order to work with us. So today we're going to focus again on one specific area, and that's the proofing tab. So if you click the proofing tab, what you should see is a list of all of the proofs that are available for you to take action on. Today I've entered a testing job here. You'll notice in the top row, test job for video, and I'm going to be using that job to show you the process. So once you have received your email telling you have a proof and you know your job number, you can simply come here and you can click on the link that'll take you to the information on that job. Now, this job, a couple of things to notice before we get into it. There's three main sections to the proofing window. You have your job details. Now in your job details, we're talking about things like your job number. That's our unique number that DirectConnect Solutions assigns to anything that we're doing for our customers. If you're running a TV spot or a billboard, or you have say a direct mail piece, or maybe you're doing just a simple print job, those details are going to be in this detail area. So you'll notice, it's going to list my company, the company that you work for. Mine is DCS. The job name, we try to provide some sort of descriptive job name on every single project that we work on so that it's clear to the customer at a glance what it is we're working on. Now this unique ID number, generally we assign that for you, but some of our customers have a ID number that they like to use. Maybe it's a purchase order number, or it's a cross-reference number to their system. You're going to see the quantity and the due date on the job. That's generally set by us on a certain number of days out, or if it's on request by the customer. The job type and what the current status is. Now, a couple of things to notice. There are only a couple of statuses that will allow a proof to be available for the proofing process. Generally, it's pending customer proof. There's a number of steps that go in place before you have the ability to take action on a proof. Things like we have internal proofing and things of that sort, that those statuses won't allow you to access that proof until it's actually ready. So that's the detail area. Now the update and approve proof section, this box over here, is where you're going to take your action. You're either going to tell us, yep, the proof is great, go with it, or no, it needs work, and you even have the opportunity to upload new files here. So we'll get back to that in more detail, but just keep that in mind. Now, the last thing I want to draw your attention to down here at the bottom of the screen is the proof log. Now, the proof log is going to show you every single thing that's happened on this job in regards to proofing. And this is important because we have people who work all over from home. We have programmers who are working from home, graphic designers who are working from home, and this allows them to access the information no matter where they are in the world. It also makes sure that all of us are on the same page. So this is why this process is very important. We want to make sure that your project is 100% perfect. So right now you can see there's not any proof entries for this job. So once I get here, the first thing I'm going to want to do is look down here in this little yellow box, and this is where your proofs are going to be listed. Now you could have multiple proofs per project, or links or things of that sort. So this one only has one item, and it's clearly you can see it's a JPEG. So I'm going to take a look at my proof. I can just simply click that, and your browser is going to know what to do with it. And it's asking me, do I want to go ahead and open it? Yeah, I want to take a look at it. So you can see that this is opened to show me it's simply our logo that I've uploaded, and this one's in color. So I'm going to reject this proof, because approving is easy. You simply drop down, say approved, and hit submit, and we're good to go. Rejecting is a little bit more tricky, and this is where people seem to have a little bit of a problem. So if you scroll down, and you can find your list of statuses is going to be different than mine. I have super user privileges, so just keep that in mind. Proof rejected. I don't like this proof. So, but I want to upload a new piece of artwork. So I'm going to go ahead and browse to my desktop, and I'm a bit of a desktop junkie. So please keep that in mind as you see me scroll by all of these items. I'm just going to simply choose this new black and white logo rather than the color one I had. Now I can add additional files. I can add multiple files at one time. I don't want to do that here, but you know that you have the opportunity. And here in the notes section, I'm going to say, you know, I really don't like the color. Let's use this new black and white version. Now this is what we call a proof note. So two things are really important here. One, the status is going to automatically notify us, or your customer service representative, what's going on with the job. You don't like it. And then the next thing they're going to do is they're going to go and look at the notes where you've said, you know, that you don't like the color, or I've said that, and I want to use the black and white version. So if you hit submit, what should happen is it's going to tell you that your log that you just made on that job has been accepted. And this yellow box here is telling you that, and that as soon as we take additional action on it, you can take a look at it again. So in the interim, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and look at that job on the back end, because I want to show you what we do, what we see and what we do with that job. So here's the job details, which you have access to through the job window. Please check the video on jobs and how to manage your jobs for more information. I'm not going to go into that portion here, but one of the things I want you to see down here is that there at the very bottom of the screen, and I don't know if you can all see that, but at the very bottom of the screen, what you're going to see here is that I didn't like the proof, that I'm giving direction to whoever's working on it that something needs to change. And then you can see here that I've uploaded a new file, so that file is now available to whoever's handling your job. I mean, if it's our video group, then and you have new video clips, or you have something that you want to work on, that's where it would be, and your choreographer would have access to it, or your graphic designer would have access to it. So in a nutshell, that's how the proofing process works. If you have any difficulties whatsoever, please contact your customer service rep and have them walk you through it in a little more detail. And we're happy to take time with you to share a screen and show you in more detail how this process works. It's actually very simple, and it makes sure that we are all on the same page. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.